Good to see you.
Thank you. Good morning, Leah.
You know, I almost chuckled at one of the statements I made here in the introduction, saying that this is an alternative way of saving. Meantime, do the majority of South Africans, I mean, we're not talking about the top 1% as we discussed off air, the majority of South Africans still use Stokvels?
We define this as the main market. 11.5 million people, over 800,000 Stokvel groups. This is where it's actually happening.
Sure. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, I don't think we can understand how big it is. But in terms of those who are not really familiar with Stokvels, how do they work? What are they all about?
We've defined as NASASA at least 7 different types of Stokvels, and they range all the way from a party Stokvel, a group of friends, 5, 10, 15, get together, contribute money, and every time they meet, typically once a month, they will host some sort of party, a braai, a dinner, and spend all of that money. Yeah. That's just for fun.
Yeah.
You move all the way through to investment types, where people put aside, again, a fixed amount of money, and they will invest that money wisely, whether it's into shares, into property, or into a money market account. But the idea remains the same. People who know each other, who trust each other, who want to be with each other, get together and put money aside. So it's really about the behavior of savings rather than the quantums of money people are saving.
Okay, so, I mean, Stokvels have been around forever. That goes without saying.
Yes.
Are they growing? Is it an industry that seems to sort of not be going away but gaining momentum?
Definitely growing. Again, primarily because it's a social thing. You get a job, you're in a new city, you don't know anybody, you find people at work will say to you, do you know that we get together on the last Thursday of every month for this reason? Would you like to join our group?
Yeah.
And you say, wow, that's fantastic. So yes, even amongst young people in urban areas, Stokvels are growing.
Yeah, it's amazing that young people are also going in that direction. And you would think that the youth maybe would sort of go the, I don't know, the more conservative route, not conservative, that is it's a brilliant route, but to go the banking route and invest in stock markets and do whatever. Are the youth not taking to it?
The youth are definitely taking to it.
Yeah.
Just look at the way that the youth have taken to social media.
Okay.
What's the difference? Social media is on your device. Stokvels are real media, getting together with people that you want to associate with.
Yeah. Well, that's the reality, I suppose. Tell us about the work that the National Stokvel Association actually does. How do you monitor this?
Well, we've been around for all of 25 years. We started many, many years ago. My predecessors, Andrew Lekela, who in fact still serves as our chairman. The idea around Stokvels is to say people are taking money from each other, from members of the public, even lending money out to each other.
Yeah.
Now you say, hold on a second, doesn't that sound like the business of a bank? And the answer is yes. So in order to give people protection around the Banks Act in particular, the National Stokvel Association got a mandate from the Reserve Bank so as members of NASASA, Stokvel members of NASASA, enjoy an exemption, which means the work that they do is actually lawful.
Is it safe, Andile? You know, that's a reality. A lot of people have been bitten by Stokvels. They invest their money and someone else spends it. And then when it goes to getting it, it's not there anymore.
Probably the most important question that's asked, and this is what I always emphasize, get together with people you trust.
Okay.
If it seems too good to be true, guess what? It is too good to be true. People offering to double your money and only put 100, you get 1,000. It doesn't work that way. Start with people you know, people you trust, and people who you know you can find if anything does go wrong.
So, I mean, there are other people that work it in a different way. They still utilize banks. So get together, you put your money together and you invest it in a bank.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's the way it should be.
That's normal. Yeah, the idea that people keep their money under a mattress, that's not the norm. It does happen, often because people are not happy with services from the bank, or they don't understand the charges that the banks are levying. But yeah, what we are trying to promote is that people take their money, they pool it, and they put it in a safe place.
And that's what I want to talk about as well. Not that you know, not that that's where you're involved with these charges in banking, because a lot of South Africans are vulnerable to these bank charges that they don't even know about. And let's just take Stokvels. You know, do they have agreements with the banks? Do they have contracts with one another? I suppose the members of the Stokvel with the bank. How do things like this work? How do you coordinate it?
Well, if you go to, let's say, the top 4 banks, each one of them in a various way have got some sort of Stokvel savings account. What we do as the National Association is we engage with those banks to say, we want you to get a better service, a better product and a cheaper product for our constituency. So that's the work that we do, negotiating better deals for Stokvel groups.
And if you join and enter into a Stokvel, are there contracts between the members, or is it really just almost like a trust, word of mouth kind of thing?
Again, one of the toolkits that we have, and everything I'm going on about now is available on our website.
Good.
We'll
What is
say
that?
to you, it's www.nasasa.co.za.
Okay. You carry on?
Yeah, but there's another way we're going to interact with you.
Oh.
Please call us. Please call us.
These days we don't talk anymore, do we?
We say, please call us.
Okay.
You know, the website is there, it's great.
Yeah.
What we find is that people will visit the website, it looks interesting, they log off, and then they don't do anything. We've got agents on the ground. We've got a call center number. You call us, set up an appointment,
Okay.
and we will come and visit you at your next Stokvel group.
Sure.
And so that we actually personalize it.
All right. What is that telephone number? Because these days people don't talk to one another, do they?
074
Okay, 074.
0800
Yeah.
784.
Okay, I think that's a great
Just
thing.
send a please call me. It's easy.
Really? So
Don't
you
spend your
accept-
money.
you
Don't
accept please
spend
call
your
me's?
money to talk to us.
See,
Just
look at
send a
this.
please call me.
The Stokvel Association, you guys are great.
Registration is free, membership is free. We don't
Yeah?
need to take your
And
money.
you can
We're
send a
trying to
please
help
call
you
me.
save.
I love it.
The toolkits that we're talking about, to answer your question,
Yeah?
a constitution, a one-pager. How do you regulate one another? It's a simple one-pager. Get it off our website. We'll give it to you on the rules, the best practice of the do's and don'ts and how to go about starting your Stokvel or regulating and running your own Stokvel.
Brilliant. Andile Mazwai, the CEO of the National Stokvel Association. If that doesn't convince you, nothing will. Just send them a please call me. It's the first time I've ever heard this. I love it, Andile. Here's that number to send a please call me to, 074 0800 784. We'll put it up on the screen a little bit later on. Let's get a look at your market.